Video Game History, Time Warp Randomizer, Season 2, Episode 20, dated Wednesday, June the 17th, 2026. Welcome back, everyone, to Video Game History, Time Warp Randomizer, the show where we spin the wheel of time and land on a random year in video game history. And I'm your host, Jeremy from Video Gamers Oasis. Today is episode number 20. And for this milestone episode, we're opening two portals in gaming history. The years 1992 and 1986. 34 years ago. And 40 years ago. Today, we'll uncover a little known Atari ST freeware puzzle title from the United Kingdom, and a company founded in Japan that would quietly help shape dozens upon dozens of games across multiple generations. But before we jump into today's time warp, here's a quick taste of where we're heading. 1992, 34 years ago, we visit the Atari ST, one of the most influential home computer lines of the late 1980s and early 1990s. And hidden among its library, a freeware puzzle game called BLAT. A colorful falling block challenge that looks familiar at first glance, until special pieces begin turning your careful planning into complete chaos. Think columns, but with surprises. And then, 1986, 40 years ago, today marks the founding of Now Production Co.Ltd., a studio and development partner connected to more than 100 credited games across decades of video game history. We'll load every little title onto the randomizer wheel, spin 4 times, and wherever it lands, that's what we'll discuss. Sports, puzzle solving, high-speed racing, classic arcade action. But before we dive in, it's quiz time! Trivia Challenge. Video game history for June the 10th, 1994. All right, listeners, let's test your memory from episode 19. You've got 21 seconds per question. No cheating, no walkthroughs, no strategy guides. Ready? Here we go. Question number 1. Which Japanese computer platform hosted Homa Hunter Lime? And for this question, we have a multiple choice selection. We have A, PC Engine. Was it B, FM Towns, C, Sharp X 68000, or D, MS X2? Up. The answer is B, FM Towns. A multimedia powerhouse of the early 1990s. Smooth animation, high quality sound, and enough horsepower to make interactive storytelling feel futuristic. Question number 2. In Homa Hunter Lime, what were the escaped creatures called? Multiple choice now. Was it A, yokai, B, shadows, C, bems, or D, specters? Time's up! The answer is C, BEMS. Short for big-eyed monsters. Mischievous monsters loose on Earth, which sounds suspiciously like my backlog of unfinished games. Question number 3. Which fighting game style inspired Yu Yu Hakusho 2 Kakuto no Shio? Multiple choice. Was it A, Mortal Kombat, B, Virtual Fighter, C, Street Fighter, or D, Fatal Fury? Time's up! The answer is C, Street Fighter. Special moves, one-on-one battles, and a huge improvement over the original game's unusual approach. Question number 4. How many selectable fighters appeared in Yu Yu Hakusho 2? Multiple choice now. Was it A, 8, B, 10, C, 12, or D, 16? Time's up! The answer is B, 10 characters. Enough for variety, none enough to settle every anime argument. Question number 5. Which company created Popful Mail? Multiple choice. Was it A, Konami, B, Compile, C, Nihon Falcom, or D, Hudson? Time's up! The answer is C, Nihon Falcom. The same legendary studio connected to long-running RPG adventures that continue today. Question number 6. What unusual storytelling idea inspired Zapping Satsui? Multiple choice. Was it A, randomized endings, B, two-player co-op, C, multiple viewpoints, or D, procedural generation? Time's up! The answer is C, multiple viewpoints. One mystery, two perspectives, and decades before, quote-unquote, play both sides of the story became common. Bonus lightning round! Answers come fast. Ready? Question. What does zapping refer to? Answer. Rapidly switching television channels. Question. Which game starred Bounty Hunter Mail? Answer. Popful Mail. Question. Which platform was famous for multimedia features? Answer. FM Towns. Question. Which anime inspired Yu Yu Hakusho 2? Answer. Yu Yu Hakusho. Question. What type of game is Popful Mail? Answer. Action RPG. Question. What was the enemy in the first episode of Homa Hunter Line? Answer. A giant candle-like monster. How many questions did you get correct? Leave your score in the comment section below. If you got all of them right, give yourself a pat on the back. Your gaming history knowledge is leveling up, and your memory might officially qualify as elephant tier. Is this thing on? Good. Time for video game history stand-up. You know, you've played too many visual novels when someone asks you how your day was, and you answer, please select dialogue option A, B, or dramatic silence. Popful Mail is about bounty hunting. Meanwhile, my gaming career is about buying games faster than I finish them. Laser Active tried interactive storytelling in 1994. Today we call that opening 15 browser tabs and forgetting why. FM Towns was famous for multimedia. Back then, that meant amazing sound, great animation. Now, multimedia means 3 launchers, 2 updates, and a password reset. Street Fighter inspired combat sounds cool until your younger sibling discovers button mashing. Then every match becomes hysterical fiction. Am I right, Darkside Phil?
I can't block. I can't W. I can't block.
There you have it. Stand-up comedy inspired by video game history from June the 10th, 1994. Leave your heckling comments below and don't forget to tip your waitress. Coming up next, the time warp wheel begins spinning. We'll travel to June the 17th, 1992. Then all the way back to 1986. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. You're listening to Video Game History Time Warp Randomizer. We're about to spin the Wheel of Time for Wednesday, June the 17th, 2026. Before we do that, we have to enter the dates for this day. Big thanks to mobygames.com for the video game history source material. And the dates are
1986, 40 years ago. 1988, 38 years ago. 1990, 36 years ago. 1991, 35 years ago. 1992, 34 years ago. 1993, 33 years ago. 1994, 32 years ago. 1997, 29 years ago. 1999, 27 years ago. The year 2002, 24 years ago. The year 2003, 23 years ago. 2004, 22 years ago. 2005, 21 years ago. 2007, 19 years ago. 2008, 18 years ago. 2009, 17 years ago. 2010, 16 years ago. 2011, 15 years ago. 2012, 14 years ago. 2013, 13 years ago. 2014, 12 years ago. 2015, 11 years ago. 2016, 10 years ago. 2017, 9 years ago. 2018, 8 years ago. 2019, 7 years ago. 2020, 6 years ago. 2021, 5 years ago. 2022, 4 years ago. 2023, 3 years ago. 2024, 2 years ago. And finally 2025, 1 year ago.
big thanks to mobygames.com for preserving video game history. We've entered all these dates into the randomizer wheel, and we'll begin spinning the wheel in just a few brief moments. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. The quiz is complete. The jokes have been told. The microphones are warm. And now it is finally time to activate the Video Game History Time Warp Randomizer. The years are loaded. The coordinates are locked. History awaits. Now it's time to spin the wheel. Round and round and round she goes. When she stops, nobody knows. And the time warp stops on the year 1992. That's June the 17th, 1992 to be exact. Interesting. We've landed in the early 1990s. Console wars are heating up. Home computers still matter. Arcades are alive. And today's stop gives us something unusual. We've got one interesting game to research, but the archives say we'll need more material later, which means we'll spin again. First, let's open today's first history time capsule. For video game history, June the 17th, 1992. Video game history for June the 17th, 1992. 1992, 34 years ago. We have BLAT, Atari ST version, United Kingdom. Before we talk about BLAT, we need to talk about the machine it called home. The history of the Atari ST. The Atari ST arrived in 1985 and quickly became one of the defining home computer platforms of its era. The initials ST stood for 16/32, referring to its 16-bit external architecture and 32-bit internal design features. At the time, that sounded incredibly futuristic. The system featured a graphical desktop interface, mouse support, strong creative software, and one feature musicians absolutely loved: built-in MIDI ports. That meant you could connect electronic instruments directly into the computer without extra hardware. Because of that, the Atari ST became extremely popular in music production studios. But gaming mattered too. The machine developed a large European library full of arcade ports, original experiments, puzzle games, strategy games, adventure titles, and plenty of quirky creations from hobby developers. One of those creations was BLAT. At first glance, BLAT looks familiar. Colorful pieces fall from above. Arrange them correctly. Clear lines. Score points. Simple. Or is it? Or is it? What is BLAT? BLAT is a one-player freeware puzzle game that resembles columns. Groups of 3 blocks descend from the top of the screen. Your mission? Arrange matching pieces into sequences of 3 or more. You can connect them horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. But BLAT adds its own rules. Create chains of 4 or 5. You earn more points. Sounds straightforward. Except the game processes completed matches in a very specific order. Sequences don't disappear all at once. The game evaluates matches beginning from the highest position, then moves left to right, which creates unexpected outcomes. You might think you created 2 combos, but only once first. That tiny rule changes strategy dramatically. Players quickly learned. Placement mattered. Timing mattered. Planning mattered. And panic usually made things worse. Special blocks. BLAT doesn't stop with ordinary shapes. As levels progress, special pieces begin appearing, and suddenly the game becomes much less predictable. Some examples include dynamite blocks, flame blocks, clock blocks, and hammer blocks. Each changes the board in different ways. Some clear danger, some create opportunity, some create complete chaos, and the visual themes evolve too. Traditional blocks eventually give way to unusual shapes, including pieces resembling those from puzzle classics like Pipe Mania. Just when the board begins looking impossible, you've got one final emergency option. The smart bomb. Yes, the smart bomb. The panic button. The emergency exit. The quote-unquote, I totally meant to do that feature. Use it wisely. Because once you've saved yourself, you still have to survive the next wave. Fun trivia. Here are some quick facts about BLAT. It was distributed as freeware, making it widely accessible among Atari ST users. Although inspired by columns, it introduced unique elimination behavior and special piece mechanics. Games like this helped keep the Atari ST gaming scene active even as consoles dominated the market. And many freeware and shareware titles spread through floppy disk exchanges and enthusiast communities. And honestly, that's one of the coolest parts of video game history. Not every important game sold millions. Sometimes history survives because somebody made something fun, shared it, and players kept passing it around. So that's our first stop, June the 17th, 1992. A freeware puzzle game, a beloved computer platform, and another reminder that gaming history isn't only about blockbuster releases, but our time warp machine is still humming. And there's another year waiting, a complete anniversary, a library of over 100 credited games, and 4 mystery selections waiting on the wheel. When we return, we'll travel back even further. Welcome back. The time warp engine is charged. The wheel is ready. Now it's time to spin the wheel. Round and round and round she goes. When she stops, nobody knows. And the time warp stops on the year 1986. That's June 17th, 1986 to be exact. Now this is a fascinating stop because today's history isn't centered around one game. It's centered around a company that quietly became one of gaming's great behind-the-scenes success stories. Newsflash! June the 17th, 1986. Now production. Ltd.A. Company founded. Established in Osaka, Japan in June 1986. Now production became one of Japan's major contract development and outsourcing studios. You may not always see their logo front and center, but you've probably played something that they've helped build. Over the decades, the studio worked across numerous publishers, platforms, genres, and generations. Their projects touched racing, action, sports, puzzle games, arcade revivals, licensed games, platformers, and collaborations connected with famous gaming franchises. One of the company's earliest credited releases was a Famicom adaptation of Metro Cross. Over time, their credits expanded dramatically, and eventually their development history reached more than 100 credited games. So, we're about to do something unusual. We've loaded all 113 credited games into the randomizer wheel, and wherever it lands, that's what we'll discuss. We'll spin the wheel in just a few brief moments, but first let's read out all the 113 credited games into the randomizer wheel. Alright, big shout out to mobygames.com for the video game source material. We're looking at Now Production Ltd. All the 113 games listed here. And they are as follows.
Pac-Man World 2, Re-Pac, Oh Baby, Nightbringer, Pac-Man World, Re-Pac, Pac-Man Museum Plus, Seal Electric Railway, Shark Copter vs. Zombie Dancers, Spaceship Curse, Dead 2Y Premonition, A Blessing in Disguise, Mo, Ninja Girls RPG, Oh Baby, Gal Metal, Mega Man Legacy Collection 2, Tokyo Twilight Ghost Hunters, Daybreak, Just Dance, Disney Party 2, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, Tokyo Twilight Ghost Hunters, Transformers Prime, The Game, Rapala for Connect, Zoogles, Spring to Life, Twinkies, 2, Adventure Mall Surprise, Little League World Series Baseball 2010, Fireway, Undead Knights, Little League World Series Baseball 2009, The Munchables, New Chicago Etango Target 1800 DS, Bakugan Battle Brawlers, Unsolved Crimes, PC Engine Best Collection, Soldier Collection, Little League World Series Baseball 2008, Mario Super Sluggers, English for the Dead, pardon me, The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, Smash Court Tennis 3, Beautiful, Katamari, Picross DS, Sonic and the Secret Rings, DQ2, Practical Intelligence Quotient 2, SNK vs. Capcom, Card Fighters DS, Bakugan Defenders of the 4, Sonic Riders, Demon Chaos, Keroro Gunso, Mero Battle Royale Z, Mario Superstar Baseball, PQ, Practical Intelligence Quotient, Ferraro Gunso, Mero Mero, Battle Royale, Dash Court Tennis, Pro Tournament 2, Roman, New Age, Shutsudo, WTA, Tour Tennis, Roman, Shin, Sedai, Shumei, next page, still more to come. We have Konoha Empire Dreams, World Stadium 5, Gander Goman, Udo Dike Titan, Dance Dance Revolution GB3, Big League Slugger Ball, Block Kuzushi, I didn't pronounce that correctly, Extreme Go-Kart Racing, Dance Dance Revolution GB2, Smash Court 3, Dance Dance Revolution GB, World Stadium 4, Rescue Shot, Ninja Assault, Dragon Valor, Play Stadium 4, Fumetsu no Dai League Ball, World Stadium 3, Anna Kournikovas Smash Court Tennis, Power League, World Stadium 2, Play Stadium 3, Namco Museum Encore, Play Stadium 2, Neo Bomberman, Namco Museum Volume 4, Zoku Busum Oyoyo, Namco Museum Volume 3, Play Stadium 3 by 3 Eyes, Juma Okan, Chibi Maruko-chan, Maruko Inc. Nikki World, Namco Museum Volume 1, Takashi Meijin no Boken Jima, the 4th, Miracle Girls, Tomomi to Mikaji, no, Power League 93, Power Tennis, Slaughterhouse 3, Metal Max 2, Rolling Thunder 3, Power League 5, Adventure Island 3, King of the Monsters 2, The Next Thing, New Adventure Island, Splatterhouse 2, Doromon Nobita no Dora Bien Night, Power League 4, Adventure Island 2, Mickey's Dangerous Chase, Quad Challenge, Jumpin' Kid, Jack to Maim no Ki Monogatari, Jackie Chan's Action Kung Fu, for League 3, our finalists, next page, Yo, Noid, Chu Manfu, Power League 2, Splatterhouse, Rankaku Graffiti, Kayoko, Yoko Harikiri Stadium, pardon me if I didn't pronounce that correctly, Bravo Man, Taito Grand Prix, Aiko no License, Jiku Yudun Debias, Spelunker 2, Yusha E no Chosen, Dragon Spirit, Yokai Gochuki, Metro Cross, and finally, Miss Pac-Man.
What a list of a portfolio of games for this monumental company. We're going to take a brief break and we will spin the wheel 4 times to list the 4 games that we're going to discuss of all these 113 games. Don't go away. All right, are you ready? From our 113 credited games to from Now Production Co. Ltd. Here they are. We've already listed them now. Now it's time to spin the wheel. Round and round and round she goes. When she stops, nobody knows. And the wheel stops on number 1, Mario Super Sluggers. Excellent start. Let's go to the diamond. Mario Super Sluggers. Here's the story. Bowser and his crew are causing trouble again. This time on the baseball field. Players recruit characters, unlock stadiums, and build their roster while traveling through challenge mode. Gameplay. This isn't realistic baseball. This is Mushroom Kingdom baseball. Pitching, batting, fielding, special moves, character chemistry, chaotic items, and dramatic home runs. Every character has strengths and weaknesses. Some hit for power, others specialized in speed or fielding. Building the right team becomes part of the strategy. Here's some fun trivia. This expanded on ideas introduced in Mario Superstar Baseball. Motion controls created energetic pitching and batting moments. Character chemistry affects team performance. It became one of the most content-rich Mario sports games. Baseball, but with more fireballs. Now it's time to spin the wheel a second time. Here we go. Round and round and round she goes. When she stops, nobody knows. And the time warp stops on number 2, Picross DS. Time to exercise the brain. Picross DS. Here's the story. No grand adventure here. No ancient prophecy. Just puzzles. Lots and lots of puzzles. Gameplay. Picross challenges players to reveal hidden pixel art by filling squares according to number clues. Every row matters. Every column matters. One wrong move and your confidence disappears instantly. The Nintendo DS touchscreen made solving intuitive and fast. You could tap, mark, erase, repeat, and eventually discover the hidden image. Here's some fun trivia. Picross traces its roots to nonogram puzzle concepts. The DS touchscreen fit the gameplay perfectly. Puzzle fans often describe Picross as relaxing and mentally satisfying. Multiplayer options added unexpected replay value. Picross, the only game where discovering a tiny pixel duck feels like winning a championship. Now it's time to spin the wheel a third time. Round and round and round she goes. When she stops, nobody knows. And the time warp stops on number 3, Sonic Riders. Now we're moving fast. Sonic Riders. Here's the story. Sonic and friends encounter a mysterious rival group known as the Babylon Rogues. Competition escalates, secrets emerge, and races become more than simple contests. Gameplay. Forget traditional running. This time, characters ride extreme gear hoverboards. Momentum matters. Air management matters. Shortcuts matter. Tricks matter. Races feel fast and technical. Players build speed through skill instead of simply holding accelerate. Fun trivia. The Babylon Rogues debuted in this game. Air acts as both fuel and boost. Advanced players mastered shortcuts and trick systems. And finally, it became one of the more experimental Sonic spin-offs. Translation: go fast, but scientifically. Now it's time to spin the wheel finally a fourth time. Round and round and round she goes. When she stops, nobody knows. And the wheel stops on number 4, Pac-Man World, Re-Pac. And what a finish. Pac-Man World, Re-Pac. Story. Pac-Man returns home, only to discover his family celebration has been interrupted. Enemies have taken over, family members disappear, and the rescue mission begins. Gameplay. This reimagined platform adventure combines jumping, maze-inspired challenges, exploration, collectibles, and combat, as well as the classic Pac-Man callbacks. The remake updates visuals while preserving the structure of the original adventure. Fun trivia. The original Pac-Man world helped bring the character into 3D platforming. Re-Pac modernized controls and presentation. Several classic maze stages remain part of the experience. Longtime fans appreciated seeing a different side of Pac-Man. It's amazing. The same yellow circle who once ate only dots eventually became an action hero. What a mix! Sports, puzzle solving, high-speed racing, and classic arcade platforming. 4 very different experiences, all connected through one company's long history. 1992 and 1986. Coming up next, we'll wrap everything together. Puzzle blocks, development history, and one final trip through today's time warp. Don't go away. Welcome back, everyone. Our journey through time is almost complete. Today, the video game history time warp randomizer opened not one, but 2 different portals in gaming history. And what a combination it turned out to be. Our first stop brought us to June the 17th, 1992, a time when home computers still played an important role in gaming culture. we explored the Atari ST, a machine remembered not only for games, but for creativity, experimentation, and a passionate community. Then we uncovered a lesser-known title, BLAT, a freeware puzzle game from the United Kingdom. At first glance, falling blocks, simple rules, easy to understand. But beneath that familiar surface, unexpected elimination mechanics, special power blocks, and clever strategic choices created something uniquely its own. A reminder that video game history isn't only built by massive releases. Sometimes it grows from small experiments shared among enthusiastic players. Then, our second jump carried us even further back, June the 17th, 1986, the founding of Now Production Co. Ltd. One company, decades of development work, more than 113 credited games in total to be exact, a quiet force helping shape experiences across generations. And rather than trying to discuss every title, we let fate decide. The Randomizer Wheel selected 4 games, and honestly, it gave us a fantastic mix. Mario Super Sluggers, fast-paced baseball with personality, teamwork, and Mushroom Kingdom chaos. Picross DS, proof that simple rules and clever design can become endlessly satisfying. Sonic Riders, a different take on speed, hoverboards, air management, and high-energy competition. Pac-Man World Re-Pac, a modern revisit to a classic character's platform adventure. 4 games, 4 genres, 4 very different snapshots of game design. And together, they show just how broad one developer's legacy can become. That's one of my favorite things about doing this podcast. You never know where the wheel will land. Some episodes lead to iconic releases, some lead to forgotten experiments, some uncover stories hiding quietly in gaming history, and every once in a while you discover connections between decades that you never expected. If you enjoyed this episode, smash the subscribe button, make sure that bell is wiggling, and share with fellow gaming history fans. Check out this episode and all my previous episodes on my Spotify and YouTube playlists. Links are in the description below. And don't forget, every episode includes an interactive poll, so make your voice heard. Before we close, I've got one more important announcement. I'm going to take some much needed rest and relaxation from this podcast during the summer break. Don't worry, Video Game History Time Warp Randomizer Season number 3 returns on Wednesday, September the 2nd, 2026. We'll be back with more years, more discoveries, more random wheel spins, and plenty more video game history, and even during the summer break. I'll still continue uploading fun gameplay videos like I've been doing lately on my YouTube channel, Video Gamers Oasis, as well as I'll be doing working on my Minecraft channel. Big shout out to my Minecraft channel, VideoCraft Toots. Those videos will be coming in again after a brief hiatus. So keep watching that channel as well if you like Minecraft videos. So this channel isn't going anywhere. Think of this as a save point, not a game over. Thank you for listening, thank you for supporting the series, and thank you for keeping video game history alive. Until next time, we spin again in a video game history time warp randomizer. Game over. Continue? Yes or no? Yes.